Bless you, Bishop Charles here today. The reason why you and I are blocking our blessings is because we don't have a vision. And where there's lack of vision, the people perish. And where there's a lack of the word of God moving in our lives, then nothing can produce. So these men in 2 Kings chapter 6, 1-7, look, they identified a problem. Look, how about you just go right now, grab a blindfold, put it on your head, walk out your house, get in your car, and go ahead and go to work or wherever you need to go. And then let's understand that you're going to hurt yourself. You're not going to make it. You're not going to get too far. Matter of fact, you may hurt somebody in the process. And so when we are blocking our blessings is because we haven't identified a problem. Here in this passage, they identified a problem. They didn't have enough space to continue to meet with the prophet in a prosperous way. And so we have to identify what is not working. You know, people have put in their investment into us. They have went on and put their hope in us. They have went on and put their trust in us. They have went on and put their confidence in us. And then we are blocking our blessing because we're bringing them issues, bringing them problems, because we don't know what the heck we're asking in our prayer life for God to do. And then we don't know how we're going to go ahead and perform it. And that's the next point, performing it. These gentlemen had a plan. They said, well, we would go to the Jordan, we'll cut down some trees, and then cutting down some trees that can help them solve the problem. And then that's what they wanted to do, create more space. And so what supplies do you need? Do you need to go to AA or NA to better overcome the problem? Do you and your spouse need to get some marriage counselors and everything? Is you an aspiring person with a vision or a business? Do you need to go to business classes and learn about how to start a business? This and that, put the finances together. What is the problem that is stopping for God to move in a way of your abstract thought, and then you putting it in practice and practical, right? So there was a problem, but then they found out a way to perform it. And then lastly, people will prosper from it. They will benefit from it. You will restore the hope. You will bring joy to people. You'll bring happiness. Your example in the Lord will bring a faith, confidence to say, if they had did it for Charles and his wretched self, then God can do it for me. And so here's the thing, when we know how people will prosper from it, or what it will prosper according to the Lord's will, then we're making sense. And so we can look at the text. We don't understand at what point, how this was communicated, what happened, but the investment was made into this gentleman because he had an axe, and his axe will put forth. And so whether it was he went to a friend and borrowed it, whether it was somebody amongst the crew he was working with, the other company of the prophets gave him an axe, whether he went and he told someone about the vision and then they said, here you go. We see that it prospered and benefited him in order that it could benefit them. And so you and I, we got to understand that identify the problem, and then know how we're going to perform it, and then understand that it will prosper the Lord's will. And when your marriage prospering, when you're growing in God's grace through the word, when you are working through health challenges like addiction or whatever, then you're able to overcome, and then you will prosper other people. Stop blocking your blessings. I got to stop blocking my blessings, because we have to move from an abstract. I want to be successful, but what does successful define? I want to be better in the Lord, but how does that define? And what is the problem? How are we going to perform it? And then who will prosper from it? God bless you today.